The demons knew my name. The Empire forgot it. For 10 years, I held the line in the dark. No sun, no relief, just the crack of the gate and the sound of my own blade. I killed so many of them that the Abyss gave me a title, Nascent Soul Annihilator. I was the boogeyman they told their spawn about. I was their wall, and I was good at it. The demons learned to fear the sound of my footsteps in the deep, a monster wearing human skin. The Empire? They never saw me fight. They just sent supplies down a rope. To them, I was just a crazy man in a hole. Then, on the 3652nd day, the rope came down. It wasn't food. It was the Inquisitor. He shined a torch in my scarred face and said,
"There is no gate. There are no demons. The mages scanned the cave. It's just rock. You've been playing hero in a hole for a decade. A scam. A liability. A waste of resources."
I looked past him. The rift was right there, a glowing purple wound in reality, leaking demonic chi so thick it would suffocate a mortal. He smelled nothing. He saw nothing. Because the rift only reveals itself to those who are doomed to fight it. He told me the war chest was being redirected to the Emperor's new garden, and I was cut loose. So I dropped my blade. I climbed the rope for the last time. I walked past the guards who laughed at the cave lunatic. I walked out into the sun and I just left. 3 days later, the ground shook. The cave wasn't full of rocks. It was full of fear. The demons weren't trapped by a seal. They were trapped because they were terrified of me. With me gone, the gate was open. The first wave came not as a flood, but as a tide. Chi condensation stage imps and corrupted beasts. They poured into the Whispering Woods at the Empire's northern edge. The border patrol was annihilated before they could light a signal fire. The Empire's generals received the reports. Their response? General Voss, the northern commander, scoffed at his war table. Imps? Corrupted wolves? Send a squad of silver-ranked knights. Clean it up. And find that cave lunatic. He's probably looting villages in the chaos. Denial. Even as the sky turned red, they denied what I was. I wasn't looting villages. I was passing through one. A small border hamlet called Thornwell. That's when the second skirmish wave hit. Not imps. Foundation establishment demons. Hulking brutes with obsidian claws and a hunger for mortal flesh. A full pack poured out of the treeline. The village guards were bronze rank at best. They lasted seconds. And in the center of the chaos, I saw her. Captain Serana Vey. Even covered in blood and dirt, her face was the kind that stopped men's hearts. Raven hair. Eyes like winter storms. A beauty that poets in the capital wrote sonnets about. Half the Imperial Vanguard had proposed to her. The other half were too afraid to try. And now she was on her knees, sword shattered, soldiers dead around her, facing a crimson-skinned herald of the first tide, a demon at the peak of Foundation establishment, wielding a blade of screaming bone. She raised her broken weapon, ready to die. I walked past her. One swing. I didn't even draw my real weapon. I used a farmer's woodcutting axe from a fallen cart. I poured a fraction of my chi into it. The herald's head left its shoulders before it even registered my presence. The body stood for 3 heartbeats, then collapsed. The rest of the pack froze, then fled. They remembered my chi signature. The Abyss had taught them to fear it. Behind me, I heard the sound of hooves and clanking armor. A rescue squad, late, as always. At its head rode Lieutenant Cale Argent, the Empire's prodigy, youngest officer to ever reach core formation, peak stage, golden hair, golden armor, golden ego. He had just cleaved a lesser demon, one of the Herald's underlings, in half with a single flashy strike. It was an early Foundation establishment grunt, a foot soldier, but Cale wore its blood like a crown. He saw the Herald's headless body. He saw me, a ragged stranger holding a farmer's axe.
You killed it? It must have been weak. A Foundation establishment beast at best. Probably already wounded. I could have handled it with one hand tied behind my back.
He didn't see the truth. He saw what he wanted to see. Captain Vey was collapsing. Blood loss. Exhaustion. Her eyes were fluttering. She looked past Cale, past her rescuers, and her gaze landed on me. Just my silhouette. A tall figure against the burning village backdrop. She couldn't make out my face. Her vision was swimming.
Who are you?
Then her eyes closed. She passed out before I could answer. Cale caught her before she hit the ground. He cradled her like a trophy.
She's delirious. Don't worry, Captain. I'm here now. The danger is gone. You, Vagrant, move along. The Imperial Army handles real threats. You got lucky with a weakling.
General Voss read the report from Cale's squad. Lieutenant Argent engaged and eliminated multiple demon entities. Rescued Captain Serana Vey from a hostile force. Village of Thornwell secured. Minimal casualties. Threat neutralized. The general smiled for the first time in days. That boy, he's arrogant, but he delivers. The prodigy handled the wave. He saved Captain Vey. Send word to the capital. Cale Argent is the hero of Thornwell. He set down the report and looked at his aides. And that cave lunatic everyone keeps whispering about? Probably dead in a ditch somewhere. A nascent soul hermit with an axe? Fairy tales. Focus all resources on supporting Lieutenant Argent's next deployment.